Okay, welcome back. My name is Julie Wynn. I am an intuitive channel. I am a life coach. I am a dancer. I am a teacher. I host an energy club on Monday nights, and energy club is we gather, I channel, and the information is so good that I am sharing it all here. We have begun to incorporate life coaching tools in Energy Club because it can get so woo. You know, these nuggets and these downloads can become so much we get jarred. So how can we bring in coaching tools to kind of make the information a little bit more tangible so that we can begin to facilitate amazing, great shifts in our lives? For me, coaching is always so powerful because it kind of gives you a doorway into what's working for you. What do you really believe in? What's holding you back? How can you overcome it? What are you afraid of? What sounds fun to you? How are you working, and how can you work it differently in a more cohesive and flow-filled way? Ultimately, the work is getting you back to being in alignment with your true, authentic, powerful, creative self. With that being said, the last video, we touched upon these energy centers. You know, I can manifest from my head space. I can manifest from my heart space. I can manifest from my gut. The wheel of life is how we manifest from the head space. The head space, we can look at our life. We can, you know, if part of it on my wheel of life is health and wellness, I really want to get in, I want to be strong. You know, I want to really support my bones as I am getting older. So what does that look like? Well, something that feels really tangible that I can commit to successfully is 3 times a week, I am going to go to the gym and lift weights for an hour. That is something that I can totally do. So that is an action step that I can put into place today. I can track my progress for the month. And then the progress is going to make me feel empowered. It's going to make me feel proud of myself. It's going to build momentum. So that is the life coaching wheel. The guides also brought in what they called, let's see here, the doorways of desire. This is how we manifest from the heart. We're going to weave all of this together so beautifully in a moment. Tangible action steps, head. Doorway of desires. What they said is, when you are manifesting, the reason you can get stuck in the loop and the frustration sometimes of manifesting is because you're manifesting from a state of lack. You are forgetting that everything is in the field. Everything is here for you already. And again, what they said, the thing that is always in the way between you and what it is that you want to manifest is you. It's your limiting belief systems. It's what you allow. It's what you think. It's all of that. So getting yourself out of the way and getting yourself into an energetic space where it's like, if I could experience life anyway, what is it that I truly desire? What is it that I truly desire? I love offering this story. I had a coaching client and we were working on, because she wants a partner. So one of the exercises we did was she wrote down her perfect day, and that will be in another video for us to do together, but she wrote down her perfect day. And her perfect day seemed amazing. It was so fun. And you could tell that the more that she was reading back her perfect day, she was getting excited. It felt fun. You can see her energy shift. And the coaching call, a lot of it was around manifesting a partner. Nowhere in her perfect day was the partner. So do you see why she's not manifesting the partner? So I said, just saying, nowhere in this perfect day is you're calling your partner, you met up for your partner after work, you called him before you went to bed, or called them before you went to bed. Like, the partner's not there. And then the client was like, having a partner would ruin my perfect day. And I was like, okay, there's the work that we have to do. So let's get back into the desire. The desire. What do you desire and why? That's the other thing. So here's the exercise for the doorways of desire. This is again coming from the heart space. See if as you do this exercise, it feels differently, how you're doing it in your head, how you're doing it in your heart. All right, doorways of desire. Honestly, I'm learning how to work this program, so I can only pull up this one. But there are, on this worksheet, there's going to be 12 little doorways. You can just do this in your journal. I did it for myself, and I just wrote down 12, and then I got a little bit more crazier and I did more. So I just did my doorways of desire this way. When the guides brought it in, it's kind of scribbly. I just kind of did, 12 doorways that way, and I would have filled in on that. But 12 specific doorways. And the way the guides brought it into is they were bringing in and generating that feeling and that sensation of joy and excitement. The same way around the holidays, and there's advent calendars, and you can press, open a little door every day, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised, whether it's a piece of chocolate or a candy or whatever kind of advent calendar you have. It's fun to say what am I going to open today, and what is going to be the surprise? And that's what they offered as a little a thought, and an energetic thought of, as you're creating these doors of desires, think of it as like you're creating your own personal like advent calendar. And so when you decide to open, whichever one you want to open, it's going to be fun for you. It's going to be fulfilling. What are your doors of desire? I have a beautiful trip to Kauai. I have new coaching clients. I have lots of camping with my family. So just write down what is it that you really, really, really desire. And then I loved this tool. Then they said, after you create your doors of desire, go back and put an expiration date. When do you want to receive this door of desire? As I'm looking at the ones that I did, I am noticing I did not put an expiration date on all of them. And I am also noticing and reminding myself how important it is to kind of keep checking on when this desire is going to expire. In Energy Club, there's a question of like, why are we putting an expiration date on things? And the response was, for one person in club, they were saying, I'm always disappointed because I say in 5 years, and then in 5 years comes and it didn't happen. And I said, okay, well, this is where we have to work on what we're saying, because what you're saying is in 5 years. The universe hears in 5 years. We're going to do this in 5 years. By the time you get to 5 years, you're expecting it to be done, but the universe has heard, well, it's going to happen in 5 years. So put an expiration date in 1 year, and this is what's going to happen. By October for me of 1026, I am going to fit in all kinds of camping with my family. This isn't a lingering desire. This is something that there's going to be an expiration date on it, because then I get to create another door there. Does that make sense? So play with this idea of putting on expiration dates. And some of it can be 5 years from now. Some of it can be 10 years from now. That is totally okay. But some of these, it's like, I don't need to wait 5 years to experience financial abundance. This is happening in 6 months. Again, the reminder is the only thing that's holding you back between you and your desire, your manifestation, is you. The limits that you put on yourself, how you think things have to go. If I think that it takes a lot of sacrifice and hustle and time to get to my goal, then that's what it's going to be. If I think that things can come easy and I'm leaving room for spontaneity and magic in my life, that is also going to come. So doors of desire, write them down, put an expiration date. This next part gets exciting. Then you're going to have another door, a big one, or it can just be a square. That's what I did. And then in this, or just a page in your notebook, and just put door of infinite possibilities. Then I want you to expand. When we are manifesting, we gotta keep stretching our energetic field. So again, we can generate a point of attraction, a strong point of attraction for what it is that is possible for us. A lot of the times we feel safety in our limiting belief systems. That is totally normal, is totally okay. But now that we have that awareness, we know then that we have to expand our thinking. The door of infinite possibilities. Go wild. I want to travel. For me, it's like I want to travel 6 times on private jet. I want to be brought in, and I want to motivate and inspire other people in bigger, not just on this, but like big spaces. I want to continue to make people happy and to feel alive and beautiful, especially women. I want to have a condo in Kauai that I go to in the winter times. I want to write. So, okay, see what I'm saying? Now I'm just having fun with it. So have fun with it. Have fun. What is in your door of infinite possibilities? Go crazy. While you are doing that, I will tell you how this has worked in my own life. The wheel of life, manifesting more from the mind. When I had a life coach, I did more mental life coaching things, and that is where, again, I bought the house, I bought the car. At the time, I started going on dating apps. I eventually met my husband, not on a dating app. Thank you very much. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we have a really cool, magical story, which also has to do with manifesting. So I'll tell it later. And I did a vision board in 2015. And on that vision board, I put, I want to travel and teach around the world. I want to inspire other people, teaching love and inspiring them through dance. And I left it. That was a desire. I didn't then offshoot and create action steps to make that happen for myself. It was a desire. When I was doing it, it felt fun. And I don't know, it felt impossible. It felt impossible and it felt fun. And then in 2016, randomly one day, an old student of mine came in with a couple from Beijing who loved teaching dance, and they loved competitive dance. And at the time I had a competitive studio. They came in. I was just excited to share like what we're doing and welcome them in. And before they left, they said, "We want you to come and teach for our students in Beijing." And I said, "Of course, yeah, that would be great." And a couple months later, I had got my visa. I went over and taught for the first time. It changed my life completely. And then I continued to teach for the next 9 years there. And I traveled all over, teaching and inspiring other people through dance. This is the work of the doors of desire, different than the wheel of life. Wheel of life, tangible. You're creating action steps. Doors of desire is like what feels fun, and leave it. Infinite possibilities, what feels fun and expansive. That's it. And then the last thing is create a space in your manifestations for the door of awe and wonder. This is a space for the creator to play. I would have never been able to force. Also, I would have never, ever chosen to go to Beijing. If I was going to make it happen, of course I would go to like Italy or Spain or, somewhere. I just, at the time I wouldn't even think to go, that my gifts would be used in Beijing. And they were. And this was the creator stepping in and saying, "We heard you and we're going to give it to you. We're going to deliver it in a way that is so, you would have never been able to script this. And it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good." So allowing space for the creator to come in and deliver what it is. Because sometimes we're manifesting also just from what we know and what we think. So if we can drop into the feeling of it, this feels impossible. Another story I have is I was doing a vision board one time and I put on, it was the very first vision board I did. And I said I wanted to be on the cover of Dance Spirit magazine. Again, I was a dance teacher at the time. And I remember doing that, like, who am I? No one would ever, that's never going to happen, but it sounds fun. And I desire that. And this must have been in 2010. And then in 2013, I don't know, maybe it was 2012. Must have been 2012. I made the vision board for that, put it out as a desire. And then in 2013, randomly, we got a call to be not only in, but on the cover of Dance Teacher magazine. So, doors of desire. What sounds fun? Expand that. Doors of infinite possibilities. What sounds really impossible? And then the door of awe and wonder. That is stay silent. That is just your ability to practice and trust that the magic is in the stillness. And if you get into an alignment with the frequency, like my wanting to be in Dance Spirit magazine, what actually happened is I got to be on the cover of Dance Teacher magazine. So it doesn't always have to be specific. Again, it's all about energetic alignment and expanding. But we do need the wheel of life so that way we can again create tangible action steps. And then the doorways of desire is really how are we manifesting from this heart space. So when you're doing this exercise, pay attention to how it's feeling from your heart. All right, stay tuned for the next video. Are you having fun? I think this stuff is so cool. Okay, have fun.